leaders, come here. Come follow me as we go through these trenches. Do a video check. Video check. ISO check. My leaders, my leaders, my leaders, my leaders. Let me sit down with you all today. Oh, let's just speak. Let's speak from the spirit. Let's speak from the heart. Man, my leaders, my leaders, my leaders. I want to tell you all something. And I'm going to be honest. I'm going to keep it real. Because this is an honest topic. This is an honest conversation. My leaders. Your boy, Jaja, was, in spirit, let me speak about this right now. Let's just be honest. Let's be open. Hours away from being homeless. Literally hours away from being homeless. Y'all don't even understand. Before moving back to Texas, and I made a little comment on my last video about make that decision. But I want to dive even deeper. I want to dive even deeper for my leaders, for my supporters. And I want to talk to you. This is very specific, and I want to tell you something. My leader who's watching this today, I was hours away from being homeless when I didn't need to be in that circumstance, when I never needed to be in that situation. And the way that this came about, my leaders, was I'm gonna let this train pass. When the train passes, we'll talk again. Okay. Interrupted by the train. My leaders, hours away from being homeless. Can I speak on this? I think many times we sit here and we look at the homeless and we kind of ask, man, how can somebody get in that situation? And how would I survive that circumstance? Like, what would I do if that was me in that situation? What does it take to get to that point? You know, what is the mind on when somebody enters the state of homelessness? You know what I mean? Are they lazy? Are they on dope? Are they on drugs? And what I recognize, my leader, I'm neither on drugs. I was neither lazy. Never have I ever been lazy. And I found myself hours away from being homeless. In the most strangest spirit, let me talk about this. In Jesus' name, let me talk about this. I found myself hours away from being homeless when I was in New York. And it had nothing to do with drugs. It had nothing to do with laziness. My leader, what happened? How was this so? And this is when the Spirit opened me up to something just that I never knew. And I understood my level of stubbornness. I understood my level of pride. But it's not until, and you all who have been listening to the We Are Leaders podcast, you all who have been tuning into the Jaja's mics, what I recognized while I was feeding the homeless, my leaders, there were certain individuals who they weren't on drugs and they weren't lazy either. But when it came to receiving a certain amount of help, they would not do it. And in my spirit, I would ask the same question. Why do you not want to receive my help? I'm here to help you. I'm here to provide some substance. I'm here to give you an opportunity to get out your struggle, but you don't want the help. Sometimes this will lead me to just being frustrated. This would lead me to just being appalled. And then as I looked at my mirror in that $900 apartment with no living room, the bathroom as small as the one-person phone booth, I found myself looking in the mirror asking the same question that I was speaking to the homeless. So many individuals wanted to provide opportunities for help in a way that I was not used to or comfortable with. For an example, an opportunity to be a part of the organization and make a certain amount of income each week that wouldn't have stumped my timing to do my entrepreneurship endeavors, I turned it down because it's not how I wanted to do it. It's not how I wanted to do it. So every blessing that came my way, I turned it down. And what's so important about that, my leader, and here's what I recognize, is the same help that I was turning down in New York because of my pride and my stubbornness to do things my way was the same examples some of the homeless individuals in New York were giving to me, the ones that were on dope, that wouldn't accept an opportunity that I was giving them. I recognize, Jaja, if you don't change your route in the way you're operating, even though God is blessing you week after week with this rent, what happens when the blessing for a certain portion of a season stops? like Jaja, not to say God is not with you, but what happens when a certain blessing for a season stops? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I ran into that. I ran into the donations that stopped pouring in that I never asked for. By the grace of God, came in from you all, supporters, family members. I recognized that. And I was so grateful and so thankful. I would pray every single day on my knees, just surrendering to the fact that, God, you are funding this trip. But now, God, I'm entering a season where I'm on the verge of being like the very people you've called me to feed. No money in my account, 15 cents in my IBC account, 14 cents in Chase Bank. Lord, what am I supposed to do this season? I've already turned down many of the opportunities that could have brought me above and beyond a survival mode in New York. God, what do I do in this moment? Show me. And my leaders, while surrendering and making that type of prayer, the very next thing that would prompt my spirit was, Jaja asked for some help. I said, God, no. Jaja asked for some help. Like, reach out to loved ones and ask for some help. God, no. Oh, man. Oh, because I said I'm doing this. I said I'm doing this. I made a commitment. I made a verbal commitment. I made a public commitment. God, I'm going to make it in New York by any means necessary. But I'm not going to do it the way you want me to do it, God. No, I got a better way. Then the Lord hit me in my spirit. Okay, Jaja, showed me. Showed me. 2 weeks later on the rent, landlord is calling my phone. I am not picking up my leaders. I'm ducking and dodging. I'm not even going back to the apartment in fear that I'm going to see my landlord. I'm 2 weeks past due. God, I know you gave me an opportunity, but I don't like the choices you giving me. God, I'm doing this my way. I get on Google and I start Googling one-shot deals, government assistance, charities. And as I start Googling this, something in my spirit said, Josh, this is not right. But another part of me, my pride and my ego was like, yes, I found the answer. This is the answer. This is where I'm going to do it. I'm going to get that rent. I'm going to get that money. Let's get it. One-shot deal. Charities. Look for all the ones that would donate. None of them could give me the money I wanted. Denied. Pay stubs, which I did not have. Proof of income, which I did not have. Give this letter to the landlord and show proof that you live in some type of housing right now at this moment. Every single stipulation that I needed to check off, I couldn't check it off. As if there was a block on this route, it just couldn't work. Josh, I know you say you don't want to ask for help, but there's this one individual that if you go ask for that money, she is going to give it to you. Now, granted, it's going to take your pride away and your dignity and your integrity, everything you stand for, but you will be able to keep this public commitment in line with everything you said you're going to do. As a matter of fact, you won't go homeless. You can still be here and not be homeless. You can still be here, not be homeless, and didn't need to humble yourself. You can do that. This is a possibility. Let me show you. Let's map it out. And the funny thing is, God was still laughing at the level of stubbornness in which I continue to show my leaders. Pride. You can be a man of God. You can be somebody who helps and serves the community. You can be a good husband. You can be a good wife. You can be a good leader for your organization. You can be a good brother. You can be a good sister. You can be a phenomenal leader, my special spirit that's watching this video today. You can be a phenomenal leader and still not recognize that you suffer with the battle against your pride. This one thing that's stumping you from your growth. The very people who I'm called to help, inspire, motivate, couldn't help y'all no more. Couldn't talk to y'all no more. Barely could pay the phone bill. Sold my DSLR to make rent. Just selling my soul away for the sake of keeping up this identity. It felt worth it. I was able to justify it. Not knowing that even though I'm receiving these donations, I'm hindering people who can be utilizing this money a different way in their own lives. Selfish. Never have I ever been that way. And that's not who I am. That's not me. And so it came to a point where I had to recognize, man, I put in a lot of lives, a lot of pockets in jeopardy. Even though the comments are coming in, I'm inspiring, I'm motivating. You're helping me, my faith, you're helping me grow, you're helping me push. But still, the stubbornness of my pride, but the grace of God coming through, I had to recognize something. Jaja, there's a better way to do what it is that you're trying to do. That you are doing, not trying, that you are doing. But if you don't come to grips with your pride, you are going to end up homeless, not able to help anybody. All for the sake of saying you did this my way. You did this without a job. You did this without this. You did this without that. All for the sake of remaining consistent with a truth that was literally hindering not only your pockets, but your health. What will you continue to do, Jaja, for the sake of your pride? You see, Jaja, I thought when I brought you to New York, eventually you would be humbled and start to move towards my ways. But I recognize that you don't care about my ways, Jaja. You just want to prove a point. This is not the level of leadership I've called you towards. It's not about proving a point. It's about doing the things you're called to do in the correct manner. So God had to humble me, leaders. God had to humble my pride and leave my pride with no choice but to choose an ultimatum. Homeless? Because you can do it at homeless. You'll probably make it out of there too. You can do it at a shelter. You can make it on the streets. But, Josh, if you humble yourself this season, I have something far greater than you can even comprehend. I have funds and help coming that you will not need to beg for. They will just be handed to you. And you will still be able to create an impact on a grandiose magnitude. Do you believe and receive this, Jaja? Through faith. Do you believe and receive this through faith? God, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. God, I'm already here. I'm already here. God, I'm already here in New York. I'm here. I'm here already. What do you mean go back? What do you mean go back to Texas? What do you mean? What you talking about? I don't hear that English. I don't hear this divine angelic tongue in which you speak of that is pouring into my spirit. Nah, it's God. Come on, man. I'm here in New York, man. Come on, stop playing games, man. Bring in some more donations, please. Come on, God. I got MikeJaja.com. I got products. Come on, God. Help me sell some merch, man. Come on, God. I'm here. I'm giving your word. What you mean? I'm already in New York. Stop playing those games, man. It's not funny anymore, God. It's not funny. It's not funny. I'm here in New York. I said I'm about to make it here. I said that. I said that. Ain't this what we talked about? Isn't this what we prayed for? This is what we prayed for. It's here. Stop playing games, God. Come on, man. I just made 63 different items on MikeJaja.com. Come on, man. Man, help me sell this merch. Okay? Where's the advertising money? God, come on, man. You know I don't have money for that. Come on, man. Okay, go continue to speak on Jaja's mic. Like I told you to every single week. God, you know I don't have no camera for that, man. I sold that to, you know. Come on, man. So it got to a point where I'm forsaking everything that God ever blessed me with. Every single thing God ever blessed me with to keep this New York lifestyle up. That was always supposed to be a trip. I didn't call you to live here, Jaja. I called you to visit. It's not your home. So you can stay here, but I'm not funding this no more. I'm not funding it. I'm not allowing people to take out of their bank accounts for you anymore. You about to go homeless. Is that what you ready for? One of the hardest decisions I had to do after that was ask for that help from family. Shout out to my sister Joy, who helped me pay for the flight to get back to Texas. Literally, when I made that decision, it was like boom. Next day, my sister Joy, who's always been helping me out throughout this journey in my life period, who got me into videography and photography, Joy helped me out. She paid for that flight. It didn't come with no stipulations. It didn't come with a contract. It just came from the love of her heart. Literally came from the love of her heart. The love. Didn't go back to Houston, took that flight, and literally I'm sitting in that flight on the way to Austin. New home is Austin now. And as I'm on that flight, a prophet is sitting next to me prophesying my entire New York experience and what's gonna happen when I get to the city of Austin, and how God was just preparing me and shifting my mind and getting me ready for this new place of increase, this new place of elevation. This is what God was doing. This is what he was doing. He prophesied my whole journey. And ever since I've touched down in Austin, I've been seeing those prophecies come through. Literally. Moment I touched down in Austin, had to stay with my mother for a few weeks until the apartment that I'm now currently in. Literally. Blessed. Just blessed with favor. With a place that I couldn't dream of when it comes to the sense of peace, when it comes to my sense of dignity, when it comes to my sense of who I am as a man of God. The level of love, my mother, my father, who still I'm fortunate to have alive, how they came through once, literally with having 15 cents and 14 cents in a bank account, how they came through and literally poured out the love of God to help me. And what I want to say is, we feel so bad at times when people that are prideful, not all of us, But people like me who enter this season of pride, who are fortunate to have certain people in their lives, we get so prideful that we can't reach out and ask for help. And through that help, the moment I went God's way, doors started to open up. Speaking opportunities started to open up. Clients, some of my biggest paying videography clients started to open up. Funding to pay for my platform opened up. A lens came in my midst with how to elevate production. Like, things started to open up. It didn't open up in my selfish way, in a place I thought I needed to be, doing things my way. It opened up the moment I followed God's plan for my life, my leader. I'm finally able to help. I finally had enough money to donate money to Nigeria. Like, who was I able to help other than myself in New York? Barely anybody. The minuscule amount of homeless people I was able to help, but now it's different. I'm able to help now on a bigger level. I'm able to take this platform to a new place, healthier than I've ever been, the best shape of my life, with people, family, a precious woman, you name it, I'm here. I'm here. And I'm here for you all. And I give you this level of authenticity, hoping that you listen to this thing all the way through, in hopes that when pride creeps its head out of your soul and reflects a divine presence that resembles God, that is not of God, you need to be able to discern. God wants to work in your favor, my leader. He does. But it's our stubbornness and our pride that gets in the way 99.9% of the time. My leader, if this message today has struck a chord in your system, know that you are battling with pride. It's there. And if you humble yourself, choose humility, which is not humiliation, but humility is the strength of God. Because pride is this thing that boasts itself more confident than it actually is, without revealing its wounds. And humility is the alcohol poured over the open wounds of pride. Pride will never, never, never stump humility. Humility will always overpower and outweigh pride every single day. Humility is not a statement of being weak. It's the strongest thing you can possibly do, because it shows you your strengths and it allows you to go towards your strengths and enables you to lean towards God. My leader, choose today to lean towards humility, and I'm a firm believer your life will be changed. Tune into this platform. Every week we have new guests. We have the We Are Leaders podcast, Testimonial Thursdays, Leadership Fate Bars, more coming. And I just want you all to know that this season, for you all watching this today that are choosing to go towards humility, you're going to see more growth, you're going to see more opportunities and more increases. And these increases are going to come through your connections. You're going to be meeting a lot of new people, and there's going to be a lot of more opportunities coming your way because of these people. And they're going to open you up to their resources that you don't have money to even pay for, but they're just going to be handed to you. So understand what's happening this season, my leader. Go towards humility, and I'm a firm believer that your life will be changed. Make sure you join the MikeJaja.com, the leadership community. Sign up. I'm going to be doing emails monthly. Sign up, MikeJaja.com. Tune into the We Are Leaders podcast, and I'm going to see you in the next video. We out.